In this video, we're going to be opening up and checking out this absolutely beautiful new Terminator Endo Skeleton action figure by MAFEX, and of course doing some toy photography with it as well. Hey everyone, so this is a figure that I'm not only excited about because I think it's going to be really awesome, but I'm also just really curious about how this thing is going to function and how MAFEX is going to pull off this literal metal skeleton. You know, I'm super curious to see how that's gonna work. So this is the Terminator 2 Endo Skeleton T800, I believe, right? Made by MAFEX. I'm really excited. I love the Terminator series. I think that just the concept and the world alone has so much potential and so cool, but unfortunately the most recent movies haven't been the best. Plus these guys just look so cool. And I have heard that there's a new video game coming out in the next couple of years. I'm definitely excited for that. Anyway, this figure made by MAFEX, you know, how could you go wrong with this awesome endo skeleton made by MAFEX? Like, how could you possibly go wrong, you know? So this figure I actually got from Nin Game, which is a new website, but it's a Japanese collectible import website, which are always really great because you can get, you know, the good imported stuff earlier than you get them on American websites, and it's always straight from the source, you know? And so Nin Game is really cool because they have just about everything you need, like all the figure arts, all the MAFEX, and they're strangely way more available and in stock than any other website I've ever seen. So whenever you're going to pre-order your next figure arts or MAFEX or something, go to Nin Game. They will have it, and the prices are really good, so go there for sure. And also, courtesy of Nin Game, we're gonna be giving away one of these MAFEX figures in this video, which is so cool. Like, I'm so happy to give one of these awesome figures away. So all you have to do if you want to win is just comment below your favorite Terminator movie, along with either your Instagram or your Twitter handle, and I'll pick somebody at random, then get in contact with you, and Nin Game will send you one of these guys. So that's really exciting. Thank you so much, Nin Game. Please make sure you do that, and make sure you like the video and give Nin Game a shot. There's been a lot of Terminator action figures over the years. NECA's done a few, and MAFEX has been doing some great ones recently too. And I've only had the NECA one of these guys, and it was really cool, but it was constantly just falling apart all over the place. So I loved the figure, but that was obviously disappointing. So seeing that figure in a MAFEX quality is what really excites me, really excites me. Man, look at him. He is so cool. He's brilliantly and probably perfectly sculpted to what you'd want as, you know, the Terminator Endo Skeleton. You know, like, he looks so freaking cool. He's incredibly light, as you would probably imagine, and I do feel nervous messing around with him. Every joint, which he does have a few, so many of the joints are connected by these like hydraulic tendons and stuff all over the place, which makes me think like, okay, I need to be careful. I don't want to bend this too much or it's gonna break, because it's all very small pieces. So I'm not gonna go ahead and say, oh no, you're good, you can bend it up, or I'm not gonna say, don't bend it up because it's gonna break. I guess just be careful. Don't go too hard, because I guess you never know. Okay, so I have just noticed messing around, if you do end up bending something with one of these hydraulics a little bit too far, it can pop out like this, but you are able to quickly put it back in, I think. Just like that, there we go. So if you extend it too far, it looks like it can just pop out, and you can just pop it right back in. So he's got joints pretty much everywhere you need them. In the knees, in the waist area, there's a couple in there. The elbows, of course. Not a whole lot of elbow movement, but it's still there. You've got some in the shoulders, lots in the shoulders. So that's cool. You can get a little bit of twist in the middle there, which is actually better than expected. And there is, you know, some movement in the head. I don't want to say too much because, yeah, you've got all kinds of cords and wires in there. But yeah, you've got some decent movement in there. But just the overall look, the sculpt, the paint, and the movement, I think you're getting exactly what you would hope for here. Man, this guy is so cool. He doesn't come with a whole lot, but he does come with two of the little machine gun assault rifle thingies, which are very classic Terminator looking. I feel like you see this gun and you instantly know this is a Terminator gun. And he comes with a decent amount of hands, some like relaxed hands, couple different relaxed hands, and then 2 different ones for holding different parts of the guns for sure. And then he's got like fists on his hands already. So yeah, definitely what you need as far as hands go. Before opening this guy up, my first thought was kind of to compare it to the MAFEX Cyborg from Justice League, which is a really cool figure. I like this figure a lot, but they have very similar anatomies, besides the fact they're silver robot looking guys, but they're very thin and they've got, you know, wires and tendons and stuff going on. And one thing I thought was, oh, is it gonna have the really heavy weighted feet like Cyborg does? Because Cyborg has like his legs, like his calves and his feet are made out of like die cast, so he's got a really strong weight on the bottom, so it keeps him very rounded. And I thought that was actually a really cool feature that I've never seen before, and this guy does not have that. He stands up just fine even with his weird little toes. Sometimes this is a difficult pose to get in action figures, but he is able to do it, so that's great. You know, one arm holding the gun like this, the other arm holding the other part of it, you know what I mean, whatever. Dual wielding as well works pretty nicely. So, and one of the things too, the hands are made of like a nice softer kind of plastic, so switching them out and getting them into the guns to hold them is very easy, because sometimes that's not easy to do, especially with tiny little figures like this. You know, it's kind of scary to do, but this was really nice and easy. I think this figure is super freaking cool, and this is another one I'm just super happy to have in my collection. My one gripe that I wish it had was maybe a little bit more stuff. Some more accessories. The only 2 things I would like are some type of extra head. I wish he had a head where maybe his mouth was open, or maybe just having an articulated jaw to open the mouth would be really cool. But I get how switching the head out with all those wires and stuff could make things difficult. Another really cool accessory to go along with the weapons here would be like a minigun that he, you know, holds with 2 hands. That would be super cool. And he did come with a stand. I did forget to mention he came with a stand, of course, which has a bunch of different pieces in it. So that's cool. Man, the fact that he's so light makes it so easy to get him into poses that he can stand up in, like ridiculous poses like this. Okay, so I've got a very post-apocalyptic looking photo with this guy in mind, and I can't wait to go shoot him. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and use some fire and some death and some cool looking stuff for this toy photo, so let's go. Okay, so I'm out and I'm at a spot that I think feels kind of post-apocalyptic. It's just like this big mound of old concrete and pavement and asphalt, whatever. So I've kind of set something up that feels post-apocalyptic. I don't know. So let me show you what I've got over here. We've got Terminator, the Endo Skeleton, over here in that same pose I had him in, but he's kind of standing on 2 skulls. This is a Mythic Legion skull, and that's an old NECA skull from a Predator. And I've got a couple of lights here just behind, so I got some nice rim lighting going on over here, and that looks kind of cool, not gonna lie. And my background's pretty blank and black because of the black that's back there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set off a firework behind there, hopefully get some cool bokeh, and that's about it. I'm also gonna dump a little bit of water around there too, so it feels and looks a little bit wet, and maybe put up a couple of these somewhere so it feels like there's a little bit more texture back there. I don't know. So here are my settings right now. I've got my shutter speed at 800, which is plenty fast enough for moving particles like fireworks to be captured. And I've got my f-stop at 2.5, which is nice and low, so I get that nice blurry background, none of those leaves or anything. And my ISO's at 400, like always. So if you're interested in any of these firework things, how I do it, where I get them, stuff like that, I'll have the firework tutorials that I have on my channel listed right here. They're in the description as well if you're interested in that. So essentially, I'm just going to hold down the trigger, take tons of shots while the fireworks are going off, and hopefully I get some that are good enough and I can layer them together in Photoshop. So let's go. I'm officially so glad to have this in my collection. This figure is really great. And please make sure to go to the description in the video if you want to grab one of these guys. Head to Nin Game. I've got all the links to all the gear I'm using all in there, so don't forget to do that. And don't forget to comment for the giveaway as well. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Nin Game. And if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, all that good stuff. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.